Studio is fucking cracked. Studio is fucking live. People need to start giving me credit. I need my fucking credit while I'm fucking here. Oh my god, YouTube looking beautiful. I'm gonna tell you guys about the great Apex migration. Got this cool shit hanging out. Now this is when cool shit comes into effect. I gotta figure out. Let's see. Figure out a couple more things. We got the piano. We gotta figure out something in this corner here. We got lovely fucking artwork in the background. The great Apex migration. Got a little bit back in my library. A couple of my other things. Little hookah lounge. Yeah, man. Apex is really vibing out here. We're living. And there's something we got to talk about. Migration and your change in your life. I don't think people are not making enough fucking changes in life. And because you're not making no goddamn changes in life, you're not adding up new variables, you keep thinking the same way like a fucking dum-dum. Why are you thinking like a dum-dum? Stop thinking like a dum-dum. Dum-dums don't get anywhere in life. You know why? Because they do the same thing in life. If you keep doing the same thing, times change. And unless you get lucky, and there happens to be a particular time and space where you being the dum-dum doing something you just lucked upon a fucking easy gift, maybe you might be successful. That's possible. There's enough percentages in the world that's possible that a lot of dum-dums are going to get paid, not in not in percentage-wise, but in volume. Yeah, there's probably more successful dum-dums that are going to be smart people because there's less smart people on the planet. And there's way more dum-dums. You guys can just win by volume. And that's where society does. Society takes those very few dum-dums that happen to have some unique quirk or something about them. Then they promote these niggas and they make them into like movie stars and stuff and social media stars. And that's really how social media stars get created. It's just they're dum-dums that happen to be just a little bit more unique and they have a particular look. And see, that's the thing I noticed about social media. This is why you almost want to grow your social media so slowly. Like, the slower that shit grows and the more like diehard people you actually get that really fuck with your content, the stronger your actual force is when you actually start to break to the mainstream because you have like a legion of fucking real niggas that like, this nigga's the real nigga. And I'm like, yeah, y'all the real niggas because you support me. And they're like, yeah, we're all real niggas and we all celebrate do real nigga shit. And that's how the game's supposed to go. Social media is supposed to be just like a goddamn playground, just like anything else in life. You build friends to people you like to hang around with. I don't need a million fucking people to fucking like me. Why do I need a million people? I mean, it'd be nice. Congratulations, but that means I'm not saying shit because I know I say enough to make people mad. And actually, when you think about the math of it, actually, I do have a good possibility of having 1 million people like me. That's not too far-fetched because there's 300 million people in America. There's probably a higher number. So 1% of that 330 million, that's like 0.001, some percentage of that. So I got at least a chance, at least a 1% chance of people fucking with me, which I like that. That's cool odds. But anyway, yeah, Tate Brothers commented on my post, man. What does this mean for Apex and where does he go from here? You know what, people? I'm going to be doing the same fucking shit I've been doing. If it just keeps working, it's going to work. Like, you got to stop taking so much stock into one person's thing because everybody at the end of the day is just one person. Everybody's just a human being at the end of the day. One person. There's always one person behind the phone. It doesn't matter how many people like his shit on his phone. That's nice and that's beautiful, but he's still one person. And who you have around you that's operating within your eyesight, because you can hope that people are operating in good faith when they're not around you or not in your face. But for the realistic, you can only trust what you can see. So if I don't see you doing shit and you just come and start telling me shit, then I'm gonna be like, you're suspect. I don't know. I can't rock with you. Every time I ask you to work out, you always got excuses. Every time I ask you, did you read? I always got excuses. Well, I'm not looking for niggas with excuses. I'm just not. At this age, at this ripe old age of fucking goddamn 75, I'm just not playing the game anymore. I'm too old. And that's what happens as a man. This is the great migration. This is what I'll explain to you guys as you become sapiens. At a certain point in life, you kind of just realize, God damn, I'm just too old for it. I don't care anymore. Like, you just stop giving a shit about things. Like, I really don't give a shit about most things. I hate to tell people that. Like, people are like, oh, my mom died. I'm just like, oh, damn. Well, you all right? I don't know what to tell you, bro. Sorry, it sucks. She's gonna die eventually. It's like, mine's gonna die eventually. Everybody's mom dies eventually. It's kind of how the game goes. I don't want to hear you crying about it. You want to go do something about it, or do you just want me to sit there and listen? I never been one of those friends to sit there and listen. I'll talk to you. I ain't gonna listen to you. Just sit there and pout and shit and bullshit. No. Life is too long to be bored with dumb, boring shit when you can like put fun things into it. Because it's like I gotta maximize my life, and then catch rest periods. Because that's the other part people don't tell you about life. You have to rest. So like I need to put this down on the board. The pie chart of life. I need to get these big eyes markers. Shout out to Lineback. Let me explain something to you people. I'm gonna start teaching you guys like my fucking students from back in the day because these niggas are dumb. But you guys not gonna be as dumb because I'm gonna educate you. All right. So in life, you got 4 charts or 4 pies. Dude, there's only 4 things you can really be doing in life. Got a better margin. You're either taking action on something. Yeah, that marker is horrendous. Hold up. I got a better one for you fuckers. All right, so in life, you're either taking action. There we go, a little bit better. All right, beautiful. Oh, it doesn't even reflect. Okay, you got action, you got observation, you got plotting, and then you have a rest period. Those are the only 4 things you can do as a human being. That's all you got. Action, plotting, observing, rest. So everything that you do in life, you have to figure out how to balance those 4 things in order to make yourself like an optimal human being. And so a lot of people, they compensate because you have to learn all 4. It's not something you just granted with. Except maybe rest, but even rest, you have to figure out how to time it better so you're more effective. Because you going to sleep, like say you got to get 8 hours of sleep. You going to sleep at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon and waking up at like fucking 4 in the morning or 11 at night is not going to be conducive to you having a good life. You're just not, because you're not going to be able to operate with people during the regular hours of days. You're getting into shady shit. That's why you can never trust people that sleep throughout the day, because I know you're doing some nighttime bullshit. And these are simple things that you can learn how to do math and learn when people are just bullshit. You need to be observing. Sometimes you need to sit there and watch and take inventory of what's going on. See, before you just jump into things and just look, take real inventory. Really be cautious, observe, look around. See, okay, do I want to be friends with this guy? Look for character things. Like, look for character flaws in people. I always look for character flaws. Because everybody got character flaws. I got character flaws. You guys don't know them. But if you hung out with me enough, you will know I'm going to show up 5 or 10 minutes late, and I'll call you and text you as I'm showing up late. And we'll discuss the time beforehand. That's my character flaw. I don't care about time as much as other people care about it. I really don't. Unless it's something real, true urgency, I don't give a shit. Whatever. I'll figure something out. I'll do something in the meantime till it gets done. That's just how I'm moving. So it's like if you tell me to meet you to go get a drink and I show up 5 minutes late, I would expect you to figure out, like, do something with those 5 minutes. Can you not be productive? Do I have to be there right there when you get like, what are we doing here? Unless it's something that you have to be there. If not, you're fucked. Outside of that circumstance, I'm showing up late just on principle, just showing up late. Next, plotting. Not enough people plot after observing. So there's different circumstances in life where if you just sit back, like one of the things I learned about guys getting like married or having girlfriends, things like that, I will sit back because I stood off and not having a girlfriend for a long time. And I will sit back and I'll watch people have girlfriends. And I was like, okay, what's going on here? Let me study this and let me see the dynamic. And I'm looking like, dude, this is a bad deal. This is like when I was like 16. I'm like, what's the point of this guy hitting his girl? Like, what, they get the kiss and then he's stuck with her just walking around the playground? He was cool. He used to play games back in the day with us. And so what you start to realize is, okay, I'm noticing when you have a girlfriend, it takes away a lot of your time. Like, you don't be productive with other guys because your natural thing is going to either be by yourself or hang out with dudes. So you're going to make yourself better regardless of any situation, unless you're just a true DJ. But yeah, you got to learn how to observe things and then plot to see if this makes sense for me long term. Like, what am I gaining? Do I have an exit strategy? Not enough guys think about an exit strategy before they go into some shit. Not enough times. You never think of the exit strategy. Listen, I'm thinking of exit strategies all the time. I'm thinking of an exit strategy for YouTube. How am I going to get out this bitch once I get to a certain level? Like, how am I going to get out when I get money? Like, there's always needs to be a game plan or an ending game or endpoint for whatever you're doing and operating by. So whatever you do, give yourself a limit so you can understand what you're pushing for and you have an objective. Because men are naturally objective-based creatures. And so for the most part, food, shelter, like we can get that's been taken off our backs quite so much just because you can earn money in reality. So what you need to be trying to figure out is how do I get food and shelter secure for me? Like where I just know I got my food and shelter. Fuck what everybody else is talking about. And that's what I mean by plotting. So all your moves, you have a longer term play that's bigger than just I'm trying to get this girl and go drink at the bar on Friday. Like you got to think way past in advance. Think about like your descendants, your grandkids. Use the timetable as long as possible because the more you have going on, the more structure you're going to be in your life. And then when you're more structured in your life, everything else flows easier because you have a structure. You have a way that you bring people into you. You have a way that you bring money in. You have a way that you deal business. Everything becomes more structured. And it really starts at just like mastering these 4 things. And then rest. Rest is just like you just got to rest. But it really is that simple. That's the game. Action, observations, plotting, and resting. If you could do those 4 things and be able to like balance them and know when to push in on the pie for more as opposed to later and blah, blah, blah. Like, do I need to plot this much to go get what I'm going to eat for dinner? No, I don't need it. I can just take action on that. That's not a high leverage situation. And that brought up the last point what I was doing in the last video where it's like you got to learn how to leverage your actions, your observations, and your plotting. See, certain actions take more plotting. And so the more you observe, the more you're able to gather information and plot better. And this allows you to take a better action step. So like instead of you buying a fucking Lambo, maybe you just go buy like a basic Honda because you can afford a basic Honda. The bills are not going to be too crazy and you're going to be able to make more money using it. As opposed to, again, it's super expensive car that you can't do anything with. Because that would be just you taking action and not observing and then plotting out the situation. Okay, let me look 5-10 years down the line. Which one makes more sense? The fucking Honda or the Lambo? The Lambo makes no sense. I can't do anything with a Lambo 5 or 10 years from now. It's just going to be broke now. Who am I selling this to? Who wants a 10-year-old Lambo? First of all, who's buying these old cars? Like when these millionaires like Floyd Mayweather, he has like 23 something cars. What are you doing 10 years with all these cars? We got the same year and model of like the same car. Just like, what are you doing with that? That has to be such a massive bill because who's buying those off of you? Who can you sell those to? How many people are actually looking in the world to buy like a 2022 McLaren or Bugatti? I mean, realistically, when you really stop and think about it, it's a luxury vehicle better be making you some fucking money or else you're just a sped kid. I don't know what to tell you on that one. How much to take, brothers? Because that is some real shit. And this is the problem with a lot of people. Nobody's plotting. Everybody's just watching shit and then taking action. Plotting has essentially been fucking just reduced to nothing because now people, they let the government plot for them. They let their boss plot for them. And so all you got really, what most people are doing, they have essentially eliminated plotting. And they're doing nothing more than just resting, watching shit, and then doing some basic action. And even action actually got cut in half. The grand majority of people, they're just resting and observing shit, and they're moving every so once in a while when they have to go get food or rest. That's about it. So that's the situation we got going on in the West right now is that people are just not – they don't have a long-term plan for their life. Yeah, it's essentially the same. People are existing in a mindless existence. Like, I don't even know what to call anymore. Like, it's fast sleepwalker. I talk to people, and they don't understand logic. I'm like, look, I don't want to do – like, I'm over overtime. Like, I've been thinking about this. I'm over overtime. And the guy's like, why are you over overtime? Like, bro, you don't want to make money? I'm like, bro, the 2 hours that I could spend plotting, I'll make more money using that 2 hours than working. It's just the trade-off's not making sense. I don't want to do the trade-off anymore. It's a bad trade-off for me. I'm not getting anything out of it. They're just like, wow, that's crazy. And that's how most people go. These guys that want to get married in a quick, fast, and a hurry, I don't understand. What is the fucking hurry? You're not plotting. You're not thinking enough. You're just accepting, okay, I get married and everything's good. No, nigga. You have to plot your marriage out. Like, when I finally bring a girl into my fucking the fray of Apex, I got like 20 years worth of just shit to do. I have a whole fucking like rotating content list of things for me and my fucking wife to do just to keep this bitch preoccupied. Oh, baby, this is what you got to look forward to in fucking 6 months. You got to keep her incentivized throughout the fucking marriage. Like, you guys are insane thinking bitches care about love. They don't. Bitches wonder, what are you gonna do for me? What experiences are you giving me? And so when you become a husband, like this is a real fucking husband game is a real thing. You're fighting a whole long ass battle. If you're not willing to fight that battle every day, just shut the marriage down. You might as well get out now while you can. I don't understand it. You gotta be ready for that type of warfare. Because this bitch knows you better than anybody else. You gotta sell her on the fucking lifetime. Niggas just say. And that's what I'm trying to tell most people. It's like marriage is just one example of how things go really bad if you don't plot things out. And this is what happens in most people's life. Most people's lives, they don't have a plot for the next 60 years or like an end goal in mind. Like people laughing when I say build a city. I'm dead ass serious. Why could I not build a city? What stopped me from building a city? Really? Besides finding people. Okay, so you find people I can show you, hey, look, this is how I can win. This is how you can win. You want to fuck around in our city compared to what your alternatives are? And people are going to look at that and say, huh, that's a pretty proper deal. I might take that. I'm like, yeah, it is a decent deal. So you want to work together or not? People are like, yeah, fuck it, let's work together. That's all a city is. That's all fucking any village or anything that was created. That's all that happened. People are out there and they saw this alternative is better than the other alternative, so they went with that one. That's all you got to do. And see, people's minds, they don't think long-term. They don't think in the grander scheme of life. Life has always been about just building things, like as dudes. I think a lot of guys have got deep into this consumer, and just people, like women naturally are just consumers, but the problem is a lot of dudes are now becoming super consumers. That's bad news. Bad news. You don't want to be a super consumer. You want to be a guy that's always building. You want to be bare bones and just building shit all the time. Because you know why? It's like the famous saying, when they build it, they'll come. If you're not creating something that you enjoy, that you can live in, why would anybody else want to fucking come join it? Like, I don't believe in content creation. You are the content. So whatever you are, whatever you like, be the guy that you want to hang out with on the fucking interwebs. That's what I'm doing. Be interesting. Motherfuckers are so scared. Like, one of the craziest things I laugh at, I fucking find it hilarious. Is like, oh, dude, this guy, it looks like you're just not scared. You're living without fear. And you look like you're living to your truth. I'm like, y'all niggas ain't. What is everybody else doing online? Like, you guys are like, this is really like, I'd be confused because honestly, I don't look at the internet as like some scary thing. Like, oh, you're putting yourself out there. Nigga, I'm already out there in the world. What are you talking about? I exist in reality. What? So more people are gonna see what I put? Okay, well, I don't know what to say. Like, should I be scared of that? No. Chances are it means there'll be more people I can reach that actually fuck with what I'm saying. Is there bad that come with it? Yeah, but fuck them. What are you gonna do about it? They were never gonna like me to begin with. See, one of the things I think man has forgotten. Man is naturally a brooding, I've known this for Brute the Force, but he's naturally a brooding, angry, just restless creature. I think that's the natural state of man when things are not going the way he wants them to go. And so the longer you can keep yourself in that state of just like brooding, like, oh man, I wish this was fucking built already. As long as you keep that fucking mean edge to you, oh my God, life goes by so much smoother. Because you stop giving a fuck about what other people are going to say. Nigga, fuck you. Like, are you helping build this thing I'm trying to create? No. All right, let me go. You stop giving a shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. Patrice has a funny line about this. About he saw some kids getting bombed in like Norwegia or some shit. And he's like, man, I wish I could give a fuck. I just don't care. I don't care at all. And I was crying laughing because I probably started feeling this way about 28. Now at the ripe age of fucking 47, I have officially just adopted that mentality all the way. See, something about age, there's just enough fucking nonsense that you have to just deal with on a consistent basis that you just don't give a shit anymore. You don't. Niggas don't care. And once you start realizing niggas don't care, you can live your life free. That's it. Niggas don't care. Because at the end of the day, you're going to die 200 years. You won't exist. Maybe your footprint from the interwebs will be there. But think about it. Would you want your footprint from the interwebs being a lame-ass nigga, or would you rather be a cool nigga? Like, really think about this long-term, like, as far as, like, your whole life. Like, yeah, maybe I might suffer in life a little bit, but guess what? When it lives on past me and people get to enjoy these stupid-ass videos, hey, I'll be happy on my deathbed. I can live with that. And that's the thing you got to start realizing. You're going to die. You on the fucking camera, you're going to die one day. Sorry to tell you that, sir. So guess what? What are you going to do now? And everybody's going to say, oh, it's a cope. Yeah, nigga, you probably should be coping. Being a human being is such a fucking wild experiment of just like reality when you think about it. Like, we're the only creature that gets thrust in this fucking planet and it knows approximately what our lifespan is going to be. So everything you see around, like you just know, like I don't think lions and bears know they're gonna die. They just kind of exist. They're in nature. I don't think they ponder much. I think they kind of sit there. Oh shit, balls! I need the fuck. Let me go eat some salmon. Get up, kill a salmon, eat, go back to sleep, walk around, look for more. That's all a bear does. I don't think bears ever think that deeply about life. Human beings are the one sad creature that knows we're gonna die. We get to live a long ass, easy existence. that's what it's like to be a human being. Can you imagine that? That's what you get to exist as. I don't think people ever ponder how fucking cool that is. You know, that's why we have like such mannerisms, because we can afford to bullshit around. Bears, lions, all these other animals, they don't get those type of mannerisms. They don't get the fuck around. Humans get the fuck around all day. You could probably live your whole life fucking around. You might figure out how to make a fucking. That's the thing. We also create this monopoly system of money, but this is besides the point. This is a whole different side tangent. What I'm trying to tell you guys, most people do what, sir? Anyway, well, I'll wait for you to post that up. But anyway, what I was trying to say is, in this lifetime, I think you get multiple lifetimes, but you have to enjoy and play around. Like that's why I keep trying to tell niggas, keep playing. Don't lose that playing spirit. Don't lose that child spirit. Like a lot of people need to start hanging around kids. Kids show you a lot about yourself. They teach you a lot about yourself. Because kids are very pure fucking organisms that don't have any preconceived notions the younger they are. So they just go off of energy. They look at you, they look you in the eyes, because they haven't got scared or not looking people in the eyes. So they just look at you dead in the face, like, look at you, fucking weird ass human. I look at you, little fucking weird kid. You shape funny. And so they sit there and you interact and have truth because they don't know how to lie well enough yet. And they just mess around with you and they play all day. And that's what you guys start doing sometime in your life, is learning how to let go of talking other bullshit and play. Whether it's playing fucking Monopoly, whether it's playing basketball, whether it's going out for a run, just doing something fucking freely and moving and grooving. That's why I fucking swing bases the way I do. I'm playing. I'm just enjoying the game. I've done the hard work. There's no more hard work. Now is all that's left for me to do now is play the game. And see, this is what happens, I think, as a big issue for a lot of guys, is that they get so wrapped up in the self-improvement game and being in the gym and being in the lab, they don't ever go test the shit. They're just optimizer, and they work a regular job. They don't ever go test the game to see what can they really do in the game. What if I got thrown this particular level? What if I got thrown at this level? Like one of the travesties, I think, is like finding a career or something you're going to do at like 20 something. You want to fuck around and try a lot of fun different games and test your new skill levels. Because it's like, think about it. Like your life is like an N64. If all you do is go to a fucking office and sitting at a desk, you're playing the same game every day. And then you might go on vacation. It's like, oh, great. Christopher goes to fucking Lake Tahoe and he sits on a boat. Okay, but Christopher, like, what does he do the other 80% of the game? Oh, he just sits down on his desk and he calls people and emails them. Is that what you want to do for your game? Like, bro, why would you just not try, like, maybe becoming an artist? Why don't you want to fuck around and try to, like, you have to get out there and enjoy some things in life. Play some different things. Put yourself in funny situations. Figure out who you are. Most people they're too scared to find out who they are. So they stay in a comfortable groove. And when they stay in that comfortable groove, they build like a cosplay character of what a human being should be. Like you've been programmed. And that's what the NPC really is. The NPC is not just the fucking normies that sit at their house all day, don't care about money, watch Netflix. No. There's rich guys NPC. There's athlete NPCs. There's fucking military NPCs. There's fucking politician NPCs. It's across the fucking board. There's a particular governing system that gives you the best streamlined method to become this thing. And what happens is people become so enamored with becoming that thing, like becoming the guy that's all up on sports. He knows everything about sports. Or the guy who's always fucking, I know everything about the stock market and crypto. Like they become a cosplay character of some shit they really don't care about because they didn't build it. If you didn't build it, why the fuck would you care? I find that just to be a strange thing to care about things you don't build or have no stake in. Or no sweat equity, I would say. If you don't have any sweat equity in a fucking into an endeavor, what do you fucking care about? Like, okay, well, money, and the money didn't work out. Well, all right, it's just fucking money. Like, I mean, it matters, but it's fucking money. It comes and goes. It floods your account one day and floods your account the other day. So you learn how to accept that particular shit in life. But I think where most people have faltered is that they forgot to play. They forgot putting themselves in different games. They don't want to play dodgeball. They don't want to play fucking flag football. They don't want to play baseball. All they want to do is show to the goddamn fucking lazy shit they go to all day. And that's their fucking life. But yeah, anyway, the Apex move, man. Monumental moment. I feel decent energy because I finally cleaned out my place. My other place was shitty. And we also dropped the cigarettes. Sorry. For the month of June, I'm dropping cigs. I'm 6 days down for no cigs. And I don't feel any effects. I don't think cigarettes are actually addictive. I think that's a fucking lie told by those bitch-ass jerk surgeon generals. 6 days, no fucking tobacco, and I don't feel a fucking twinge. 2 weeks, what's the difference? The harshest thing, you would feel it right now. Like as soon as you stop, you want to get another one. I haven't thought about a cigarette. Except for this moment to bring it up the podcast. But anyway, besides the point, I need you guys to join the Telegram group. I have to fucking start putting that link up because I've been very lazy. I need to get a VA. I am bullshitting and tomfollowing of the most highest order. But what I was trying to say is, yeah, the 6 days are going pretty good. I feel a missed change in my energy levels. Drink more water. No cigs. I think that might actually help me recover for some reason. No eating after a certain time. Sleeping well. Training every day. 8 minutes of training. That's all I do is 8 minutes of fucking training. And this is life. And the content's getting better. The content's getting cleaner. My life's getting better. Life's getting cleaner. And I feel energized and renewed. My last apartment was dirty as fuck. I didn't realize how grimy and disgusting that shit is. You guys need maids. Telling you guys as a young man, you probably need a maid. A maid would be very useful for you. But anyway, had to knock this one out. Been lazy on the streams. Posting more content as I settled in. And we build out Apex Studios. Appreciate you, motherfuckers. Gang.